Step right up, folks! Your dream come true! Give a wedgie just 25 cents!
Wedgies?
What is up, YouTube? We are back again with another video. I am so sorry I took so long of a hiatus. I've been working and trying to learn my new position or whatever, and it's just been taking way longer than expected. But I have learned my lesson after that last hanging wedgie that you all gave me, so I will not make y'all wait no longer. Let's get to the video. So in this video, I am finally reviewing my experience at the Nerds vs. Bully event at Cell Block Shy in Chicago. The first thing I'm going to detail is packing my suitcase. It is already hard for me to pack for a regular trip, let alone a wedgie trip. I think I ended up packing over like 30 plus pairs of briefs. I don't expect to use half of them, but I just didn't know how good this event was going to be, what I was going to do with my roommate, because my roommate was also a part of the community, and I just didn't know how these things would play out. The next detail I wanted to highlight was my roommate. Hands down the best part of this trip, aside from the fact of the reason I even went to the trip in the first place. We have been friends for some time, and we've had a lot of pent-up wedgie testosterone for fucking each other's briefs up. So I already knew, because we were going to be roommates, that we were probably going to have a wedgie fight or some kind of commotion happening at some point on this trip. So pretty much I was excited. So I wore my good stretchy briefs to the airport. I finally see him at the train station. I run up and I give him a hug. I really wanted to give him a wedgie, but side note, we low-key wanted to get some wedgie action right then and there on the train, but it was just way too many people, so we just left it alone. So we called an Uber to get back to our Airbnb, and while we were in the Uber, we were talking about what each other wore, what we were wearing at the moment, and then I showed him my brand, and then he pulled it up a little bit. I was gonna get him back, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna get him when he ain't expecting that shit. So my boy was putting up his bags, and he was trying to unpack his stuff and put up his briefs. Y'all, we were barely in that Airbnb for 5 minutes before I saw that Stafford's waistband screaming at me to get my revenge on him. So you know what time it was. Now I'm going to make this disclaimer and say that beware of the gym bros, because my roommate works out at the gym and I wasn't ready for him to spring back up in action. As soon as I grabbed into his Staffords and I was stretching him out, bro, trying to get those leg holds up, he immediately got up and got onto my polos, and we was having a full-blown wedgie fight. We were both making fun of each other, like, look at your whitey toddies and your ass, bro. I think I ended up ripping his first, and then after I ripped his, he didn't let go of mine and made sure that he ripped my polo whiteys. I was so shocked. Y'all, it is literally Friday and we are already sore, and we haven't even made it to the event yet. The event is not until a day later. So we took a break, wrote our names on our ripped underwear, and exchanged the wedgie souvenirs. And then we've also showed each other the other underwear that we brought on the trip. What I loved about this part the most is the fact that me and my bro are overly dominant and very masculine, but we both wear briefs on a regular basis. People don't believe me when I say I wear briefs outside of my cons, like I wear it going to work. It's not just for the content. I genuinely enjoy wearing them. So I think we ripped one more pair, having a couple more wedgie fights that night, and then that pretty much ended Friday night. So let's go into Saturday. So it is Saturday, aka the day of the event. So pretty much the event was not until the evening, in like 9 or 10 at night, so we pretty much had a whole day to kind of do things. So we decided to hang out with other wedgie bros, and well, I don't think it was any wedgie girls on this trip, so just the wedgie bros. I hung out with my good bros, which I definitely think that you should follow, Cowboy Condom and Sha Wedgie. I will put them all in the description below. Y'all, let me tell you, meeting other people in this community was such a fucking vibe. I mean, of course, we had our standard wedgie talks, like, what do you like about wedgies the most? What got you here? And, you know, all that shit. It felt good to connect with people off of the internet that could hold a conversation and just, you know, be a person and not a persona. So that was good. So after hanging out for the day and getting burnt by pizza, which I will not be talking about because I'm still traumatized, it is nearing time for the grand event. Whatever the fuck that event is. First of all, I was debating on not even going because, again, I got burnt by pizza on my leg, and this wouldn't have been an issue if I didn't have to put on jeans, because my outfit, my quote-unquote bully outfit, was jeans and a Letterman jacket. But I ended up deciding to go, so I put on my blue briefs because I didn't want to like the rest of those fucking nerds. My boy packed his bag of briefs because he's a bigger nerd than I am, so he knew he was going to have to change a bit after a few ripped pairs. Let me stop. I put a couple of mine in there too. So we get to the event, and my first thing is I don't know where the hell everybody is. I don't know who is here for the event or who is just here to get a drink, and I was not about to be stretching people out to figure it out. My bro then called me and said he found everybody that I guess is in the community, so then he flagged me down and got me over to that area. As soon as I walked in, I saw the first nerd being lifted in the air, and I said, I am home. Dom. Who is a by, you may wonder? Well, the great Dom Tucker 91, which y'all should definitely follow too. I will put his link below. And as soon as he saw me, he said, "Come here, Jock." And I said, "Oh, shit." He was like, "Good to finally meet you." And I was like, "Good to finally meet you too." Then he was like, "Turn around, you know what time it is." And I'm like, "What time is it?" And then he just grabbed my blue briefs and stretched them, I think, all the way up to my shoulder blades. And I was just like, ah. So now I officially knew that I was in the right place. And after being gravely humiliated by my fellow Wedgie contemporaries, y'all knew I had to take out my pain on somebody. So I looked to the next person beside me. I saw that waistband. He made eye contact with me and said, "Please just don't rip him." I said, "I'll think about it." Next thing I knew, I had that boy high in the sky, dangling for a good like 10 to 15 seconds. I was honestly just trying to get my workout in on them. Not even gonna lie to you, I ain't work out that day. So I figured, why not with these dumbbells? So I gave a couple more of the Dom Tucker subs. And then once I looked up, I kind of started to realize, oh, I know you. Oh, I know this person. Oh, I know that person. And even if I didn't know them, I didn't care that we were in a club. Like, I was gonna make sure I got to know you, where you're from, what do you like about this, blase, because this is why I'm doing the work that I want to do. I won't lie though, it did feel good when people came up to me and said it would be an honor for them to get wedgie by me. I was like, it's an honor to get wedgie by me? Well, don't mind if I do. So I was up in there all night, man, just ripping so many briefs and dangling so many dudes and even doing some wedgie hits. Like, I would go up to my bro and be like, "Hey man, let's get this dude. Like, his tighty white sticking out. Or, hey, let's get this dude, man. He's not paying attention." We got one dude really, really good, man. He was in a full-blown conversation with another sub and he had on nothing but briefs, I think, because Dom Tucker said he couldn't wear it no more. Bro, when I tell you, we stripped them out of his briefs, like we ripped them straight off of him. He was literally walking around that bitch butt ass naked. It was just so funny. There was one time I even got James, the Tidy Whitey's guy, I think that's his name on Twitter. I'll link his shit down below too. But he was just standing in his Tidy Whitey's and his shirt that says, "I love Tidy Whitey's." And I'm like, well, I hope you love Wedgies too. Because when I got him when he wasn't paying attention, bro, he was shocked. Like, I straight stretched him out of that shit. I forgot who, but somebody put a wedgie hit out on Dom Tucker because I saw him getting his Tidy Whitey stretched out. You knew I had to jump in. So I added my little hand into it and ripped his shit off. And I was like, that's what you get, bro. Revenge. Shit, somebody put a wedgie hit out on me, bro. I was stretching somebody out, and then somebody came behind me and just started to stretch my briefs up to the sky. And then who was it? My brother. It was my bro, aka my roommate, and another dude. I forgot his name, but they both was trying to get me and trying to rip my drawers. So I turned around and got into a full-blown wedgie fight with my bro because that was the only one I could reach. And then I think he ripped my briefs off first, and then I ripped his off, and then we had to go change. We always laugh about that every now and then. Like, remember we got into that wedgie fight in the club, and then we hugged after? Like, it was so weird and funny. Rip to those briefs, no pun intended. So again, somebody had to pay for my pain yet again. So I saw my boy Wedgie, and I ripped 2 pairs off of him. One was like a colorful pride one, and I forgot the other pair. But my boy could take a wedgie, y'all. I just want to put that out there. It was a long night of wedgies in there, but I made it out with only 1 pair ripped. Couldn't say the same for my good boy Cowboy Condom and Michigan Jock. Man, they were like SpongeBob. They kept losing pairs of underwear. Now that I look back, I think I'm the one that ripped theirs, but don't quote me. Don't quote me. But overall, might I say, this is a great intro for me into getting to more wedgie events like these. I think it kind of feeds those needs of all the different things that you would like to have in a wedgie situation, like public wedgies, just wedging somebody just because you see their tidy whitey showing, or gang wedgies. You know, everything is literally permitted up in there. Everything that you pretty much will want in a wedgie dream happened in that event. Like, there were literal dudes walking around in their atomics with their glasses over it, like, take me back, just take me back. And if any dom is wondering on whether or not they should come, I just want to put out an FYI that there are 5 nerds to every dom, so do with that what you will. Did give out a couple double wedgies, but I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Mission Control, because he is the one who really set up all this event. One of the sweetest guys I've met in the community. He is genuinely a part of the future, and he wants to definitely see this community move in a positive direction. You know, up, like his staffers that night. Side note for the doms, they make really great for dangling wedgies, but I would not advise to rip them. But that is pretty much it. I appreciate you all for listening to me ramble. What wedgie events do you want to see more of within this community? What are some other ways that we could fellowship in this community? What other topics would you like us to discuss or talk about? Please leave a comment down below so that we know. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so that we can continue making these videos for you. We are still gunning for our 1K subscribers goal, so make sure that you are hitting that subscribe button. button. But I am your lovely Wedgie host, Jocktavious. Please be sure to follow us on social media to stay up to date with our list of events and anything that we got going on. And as always, stay wedgied. Thank you all.